Hey, Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League came out a couple of days ago. Whoa, it's 4 hours long. There are good parts, there are bad parts, and there are some parts that are not so good. Welcome to the show, GVETech. I'm geevader. Let's get to it. Hello guys, welcome to the show. Today I'm just going to be doing a brief review of Justice League, the Zack Snyder's cut. It came out a couple of days ago. It's 4 hours long. Initially when I heard it was 4 hours, I was like, okay, Vader, how are you going to do this? How are you going to review this? How am I going to watch this? But it's not so hard to watch because the beauty of it is that Zack breaks it down into different chapters. So there are about 6 chapters. It's sort of like a binge watching a mini series, so to speak, all at once. So, I've always loved DC, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the Justice League. I've always loved the animated series. If there's one thing, say all you want to say about DC not having good movies in terms of real life movies, but in terms of animation they are killing it. I think they are better than Marvel in terms of animated movies and animated series. Most of us remember the Batman animated series, a classic in the 90s, and even the Justice League animated series and Young Justice now. So they've always been good at capturing the essence of those characters and bringing them to life in the animated movies and animated series. However, when it comes to real life movies in the motion picture, they've not been really good. When Man of Steel came out in 2013, I had high hopes, but it wasn't really what I wanted. It was a bit dark. It wasn't like say what you want, but it will always be comparisons to Christopher Reeve's Superman of the 70s and 80s that we all grew up in. We loved Superman. He just had this ray of hope. Fast forward now to 2017, after Batman vs Superman, the next iteration was the Justice League, and I think DC was trying to catch up in terms of what Marvel was doing. Marvel had a plan, they had a long-term plan over the years to build up these characters and to culminate in the Avengers, Age of Ultron, and then the battle with Thanos in the part 1 and part 2 of Infinity Wars. So DC was scrambling. That's the perception everyone got. They were scrambling to try and put things together. So when Justice League came out in 2017, to me it felt rushed. I was like, you can't just rush these characters. It's not gonna work, and it didn't work. There were a lot of complications. Zack had to leave the production of the movie, the directing and of the movie, because he lost his daughter to suicide. It's not a good thing for a parent to lose a child, and as it was, he wasn't even in the right frame of mind to continue, so he left it. And Warner Bros. Had to bring in Joss Whedon to complete it, and what we got was just a jumbled mess, to be honest. So when there was rumors of this Zack Snyder cut, I wasn't really following up with it, but I was like, okay, whatever, if it comes out, it comes out. And it came out, and I watched it, and I can wrap it up in one word: it is awesome. You should see it. The 4 hours are worth your time. So I'm going to talk about the good things first. The good thing is that it puts everything in context. There's so much context. In the initial one in 2017, I was like, how is this happening? There were just some random things that happened. It didn't make sense. But here, everything is fleshed out. So the good thing about this one I like is that the characters got fleshed out. Cyborg especially got fleshed out. We all know Victor Stone from the comics and the animated series. He has this emotional depth to him, and they brought it out here. You could see it. I was like, okay, great. This is why Cyborg is Cyborg and why he's doing what he's doing. The Flash too was fleshed out more. Everyone was fleshed out. Wonder Woman, Batman, even Superman was fleshed out. And one of the beauties of this is that Superman got to wear his black suit. If you've been following up with the death of Superman from back in the days, we all know when he came back to life, the black suit, he wore the black suit because the black suit helps him absorb radiation from the sun. It's faster. If you're a physicist or you did physics back in uni, you understand black body radiation. That's basically what it is. So black absorbs light faster, so that's why he had the black suit. The black suit helped him absorb the sun's rays because it wasn't at 100%. So the suit helped him optimize the sun rays to give him that 100% advantage. So that's done. I like what they did with your man Steppenwolf. And on another note, Steppenwolf isn't really like that he's more humanoid in the animated series and the comics, but I still like what they did with him. It was much better than the one we had in 2017, and you could understand where he was coming from. He was trying to impress Darkseid, and that makes me segue into my man Darkseid. Darkseid, I like the character design. You could say it isn't really what you want, but I think it's okay. I don't have gripes with Darkseid. The only thing I would say is that we didn't get to see him do some really badass things, because Darkseid is a beast. He's a new god, and like I was in a comment with someone, and I said I would have loved to see Highfather, that's Darkseid's brother. I would love to see Orion, his son. I'd love to see Caliban, also his son. So it would have been a wonderful thing. But then there were still some cameos. You had Granny Goodness also in there. It would have been good to see Mr. Miracle and so on, but it was good. And another thing I like about it is the action sequences. Jesus, the fight sequences were awesome. The Amazons, they were awesome. You could see the first time Darkseid came, he wasn't like Darkseid. He was still growing into his own when he came to attack Earth. And then you had the old gods. So you had Zeus, Ares, Jesus. They gave him a run for his money. I was like, yes, this is the action fight we've been waiting for. They gave it to Darkseid. And one thing about Zack Snyder is that he does great fighting sequences. I'm just going to be rambling on at this point. He does great fighting sequences, and I like the way he uses the slow-mo. It was a bit too much, but it was okay. That was good. I liked that. I like the way they came together. It felt more organic to me than the first one. The first one was just like a ragtag group. Let's just go and fight somebody. No, and they explained why they had to bring Superman back and how it worked. You would say, okay, yes, this makes sense. And there was no issue of trying to save a poor family in Russia somewhere where Stephen would have made his base and everything. It went well. I love Batman. Batman is my man any day. Batman is my guy any day. And if you're a comic fan or an animated series fan, you would know that Batman is the intellectual heart of the Justice League. He's the one, he doesn't have superpowers, he doesn't have all that, but he has solid intellect, and he uses that to his advantage. There was a time where Darkseid brainwashed Superman's cousin, Supergirl, and it was just a mess. They were in Apocalypse fighting Darkseid, and Batman was the one that checkmated Darkseid. He just told him something, told him about a password to launch all his arsenal, and Darkseid said, "You're bluffing." Batman said, "No." Gave him the password, told him the password that he had changed it. Darkseid was forced to compromise. So Batman is the man. I like what they did with Arthur. That's Aquaman. He wasn't too suffer dude. He had purpose, so you could understand where it was coming from. I like what they did with him. I like what they did with everybody, to be honest. Is it 100% good movie? No, but I would say it's 1,000 times better than what we had in 2017. I like Wonder Woman. It was good. You could understand everything that was happening. Like I said again, it's all in context. The CG could have been better, but I didn't really have any gripes with it. Like from Batman v Superman, I had serious issues with Doomsday. Come on, what the hell was that? That was just like basically a Clayman or something. So, but this was good. Now, things I do not like. Things I don't like. I don't like the fact that it's very long. There were some scenes that could be cut off, and most of those scenes had to do with people walking in slow motion to a soundtrack. Basically, everybody had a soundtrack in this movie. Aquaman I think he had a longer soundtrack. Every time he's walking to water, there's this soundtrack playing and all that stuff. So I think it could have been shorter. But I love, what don't I like? I don't like, there were so many slow-mos. So I think that's just it for me, to be honest. Those are the two things I really didn't like. Every other thing, it was good. Dialogue. I love the dialogue. Again, I said they were giving character to Cyborg. So there's a lot of dialogue on Cyborg's part. It was good, and I loved it. Those that didn't need to have dialogue, like Aquaman or Superman, they just did more action, and it made sense. And when Superman came back, there were some, I was like, come on, the first one we were wondering what happened, but this, they fleshed it out. How did he come back and join them? What happened? How did he fight each of those heroes? Because he didn't know them, he only knew Batman. And when he attacked Batman, Batman has a in his gauntlet. His gauntlet can withstand Superman's lasers. So we said, okay, that makes sense. So it was just awesome. The fight sequences, Jesus. The best part of the movie for me was the way they dispatched Stephen Wolf. They were like, okay, you know what? Wrap this dude up in a package. In the words of my guy from Mob Deep, Prodigy, wrap him up like a package. They wrapped up Stephen Wolf's head like a package and sent him back to Darkseid through a boom tube. And it was like, whoa, these guys ain't playing. And I was like, yes, finally, this is what I want to see, because everyone feels that, okay, DC is just messing up, but no, they have good characters, really good characters. If you want to get into the comic book scene and you don't want to read comics, you want to watch movies, go and watch the animated series, JLA animated series. You would love it. Go and watch the Green Lantern animated movies. You would love them. It's just awesome. So that's it for me. Pacing was good. I loved the pacing. I loved the Easter eggs that it hinted out. We had hints of the Atom coming. If you don't know who the Atom is, the Atom is a scientist. He's a superhero. He can manipulate. He's similar to is like Ant-Man / Giant Man of Marvel, but on steroids. So he can go into quantum size and do stuff. He can get big. He can do whatever. He can manipulate matter and stuff in a subatomic level. So that's gonna be a thing going forward. I like that they show the Martian Manhunter. Come on, man, we've been like for the longest time, and I would have loved him to be part of the Justice League here, and even Green Lantern, but come on, it would be too much to do. Unlike Marvel that had a series of movies to build that up, DC didn't have that. So I like the fact that Zack didn't try to force all those things. At least we have the 6 members now, so eventually we would have Green Lantern, we would have the Atom, we would have Martian Manhunter, and I would also like to see Hawkman and Hawkgirl joining. Even Shazam also joining Captain Marvel. Shazam joining in. It will be awesome. So for now, I think DC is heading in the right direction. I like the fact that there's so many things in this movie. I like the fact that Deathstroke is in this. So that's another story arc. Deathstroke and Batman and the son of Batman and Ra's al Ghul and Talia. All that is going to be coming in. I like the fact that the Joker is in the epilogue. Again, I'm still warming up to Jared Leto's Joker, but he's okay. I like the fact that the Flash got to manipulate the space-time continuum. That's what Flash is about, using the Speed Force. So he used the Speed Force, go back in time, go forward in time, and that's a prerequisite for Flashpoint that they're setting up for. Flashpoint is an awesome story arc for the Flash. It's a story about Flash going back in time to save his mother from dying, and just that one action caused a ripple effect in the DC universe. Things changed. Batman wasn't Batman. Batman's father became Batman. So many things were messed up. The Atlanteans and the Amazons fought a war to the death, and in that fight they destroyed the whole world and messed it up. So that's another story that's gonna be here. Superman became evil, was controlled by Darkseid, became Darkseid's minion, so to speak, and was just causing mayhem and destruction. So all that is a lot of story for them to explore going forward. All in all, I would give this movie I would give it an 8 over 10, to be honest, and that's really high for a DC movie. So I would say go and watch it. You could break it up into the different chapters. Like I said, there are about 6 chapters and the epilogue. So you could watch 2 chapters today, chill, watch 2 chapters tomorrow, chill, and so on until you get through it. But I feel once you start, you want to get through to the end. I did not fast forward anything. Actually, was rewinding some scenes, and I loved it. It took me 4 hours, but it was 4 hours worth it. So that's my review. I hope you like it. Please like, share, subscribe, and watch the movie. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy. Take care.